Hi, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Learning English Adventures. I want to talk about stressing words today. Stressing words is one of the things that you can do to sound more natural in English, and native speakers do this all the time. We stress words to add emphasis to the word, we stress different words in different ways to make questions, we stress words to give more appeal, and in the case of some heteronyms, we even stress words to give different meaning for the word. And there's a couple of things you can do to add stress to words in English. One of the most common ones is to change the pitch or timbre of a word. And that just means saying a word with a higher or a lower voice, depending on what you want to communicate. And we use this one all the time to indicate that something is a question. So you might say something like, "Are you going to the market today?" It indicates that it's a question. There's a slight rise on the today in that sentence. Are you going to the market today? Will you be seeing a movie? Versus no stress, will you be seeing a movie? It sounds wrong. It sounds kind of robotic. And so we use this stress to indicate that something is a question. Another way that you can put stress on words is by extending them and changing the length of the word. So you can draw it out and make a word longer, or you can make it really short and quick. And this kind of gives a little bit of a change of the feeling of things. So a good example of this in business English would be something along the lines of, "You didn't go there, did you?" Did you gets really shortened. It gets said very, very quickly, and it puts a lot of emphasis on it. As well, I was raising my voice and had a higher pitch on that one, so it indicates a question in this case. Another thing that you can do to have good stress on words is just increase the volume of certain words. Did you hear that? I increased the volume. I put more emphasis into volume to give a little bit more stress to the word. And another way to add emphasis to your ideas is learning when to pause. You can use a dramatic pause to kind of give weight to your ideas. So let's take a look at some of this stuff in context. I want to use a really interesting example sentence that I found a few years ago, and I've been using it with a lot of students. The sentence is, "I never said she stole the purse." And by changing the word that you stress in this sentence, you actually change the meaning or the feeling of the sentence. So let's see how this works. I never said she stole the purse. 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 Okay, let's break this down. The stress on different words actually creates different meanings for each of these. So if I stress I never said she stole the purse. This indicates that I never said it, but perhaps somebody else did. Stressing never really puts a lot of emphasis on it, and it means that it never happened, ever. I never said she stole the purse. I'm kind of objecting to the accusation that you think I stole the purse. I never said she stole the purse. This kind of implies that I thought it or I wrote it down, but I never said it. I never said she stole the purse. Maybe I indicated that she borrowed the purse or somehow got the purse without permission, but it wasn't stealing. I never said she stole the purse. This is a really defined purse. It's the famous purse that we're talking about. And lastly, I never said she stole the purse, indicating that perhaps she stole something else, but not the purse. So you can see the number of different ways that stresses can change the meaning of a sentence. And so you can start to see why stressing different words is really important in English. Let's give this just a little bit of practice. So I've got some practice sentences for you. One of the places you might stress something is when you're dealing with superlatives or things that are the most of something. So I had the worst day ever. She's the most talented person I've ever met. This is the biggest city I've ever lived in. I'm putting stress on each of those superlatives to kind of give it a lot of emphasis. The superlatives are important, and so I say that word with a little bit more output. It's a little bit louder. It has a little bit more weight when I say it. And it's hard to define. There's no set patterns because I can change it a little bit and different people do it differently. But you do need to have some sort of stress in English to be speaking English well. If you don't stress words, then it sounds very robotic and it sounds very much not how native speakers speak. So you do have to kind of work on your stressing patterns. Let's practice this little short speech I've got written down in the comments. You can follow along with me and you can kind of get an idea of where you should be putting stress on different words with this one. So read along with me. Today, I want to tell you why communication is the most important skill in business. You can have the best product, the greatest idea, the smartest people, but if you can't express it clearly, it doesn't matter. It's not about using big words, it's about making your message clear and strong. Speak with confidence, emphasize what matters, and that's how you connect to people. So try to follow me on this one. Do it a couple of times and actually pause this, read the sentence out loud. Basically, just try to copy how I was saying this, and it's going to give you a very good idea about where to be putting stress on individual words. I've got one more example for you from Business English. Again, take a look at the script and see if you can copy the way that I'm speaking it and where I'm putting emphasis on the words. Here it is. Let's begin by looking at how small and medium-sized businesses, SMEs, are becoming the driving force behind economic development in emerging markets. Over 1.6 million SMEs are currently active, contributing to innovation, employment, and local prosperity. Over the past year, SME activity has seen a steady increase, with business formation and expansion rates climbing by nearly 20%. This tells us one thing clearly: there is a real momentum, and now is the time to invest in smart business growth strategies. But what's fueling this? It's not just entrepreneurial spirit. It's a supportive ecosystem, government politics, and increasingly, digital transformation. From online business registration to e-commerce platforms and AI-powered tools, SMEs now have access to resources that were once only available to large corporations. Okay, again, go back, try that. Try to copy the way that I'm stressing things, try to identify the places that I'm stressing things. This will be a huge help for your own stress in English and building that understanding of where native speakers stress words and how they speak. Remember, this is a bit of a flexible thing. There's no set rules for this, but you just need to listen to multiple speaking patterns. Go on YouTube, watch TED Talks, see how good presenters present information and ideas. See how good speakers are saying things. Look at where they're taking pauses. Listen to the words that they use and try to emulate these. Try to copy them and move them into your own speaking. This is how you are truly going to sound like a native speaker. Thank you very much. I'm Ryan. This is English Learning Adventures. If you like what I do, give me a like and follow. It really helps my channel.